Jai Shriman Narayan.
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 I pay my obeisances to my spiritual master, Srimad Jagat Guru Sudarshan Acharya Ji Maharaj. I pay my obeisances to Lord Sri Ramanuj. I pay my obeisances to our Purva Acharyas. I pay my obeisances to our 12 Alvars. I pay my obeisances to Mother Lakshmi. And I pay my obeisances to Lord Sriman Narayan. I welcome all of you here physically at the Sri Narayan Dham in Durban, South Africa. I welcome those that's watching this discourse locally, nationally, and internationally. And I welcome in advance those that's going to be watching this discourse when it is posted on YouTube and the various groups from around the world subsequently. Today, we pursue our topic on the soul. And today is part 3 of this discussion. And it is absolutely necessary for humans to understand their true identity to become spiritual. So I am representing the Creator God, not some Johnny-come-lately God, but the Creator God. And the Creator God, although He represents the various religions, He Himself is not religious. So, to understand this, if a system is created for humanity to understand God, then God accepts that system for Him to be understood. But He is not part and parcel of the creation of that system. So God has nothing to do with religion. There is no such thing as Hinduism. There never was, and there never will be. Hinduism is a geographical location in India, located by Muslims living across the river Sindhu. I have a whole stack of books here, brand new books, still in the plastic. It's a Srimad Bhagavatam donated by Sita to the ashram. Thank you, Sita. But I bought this Srimad Bhagavatam in 2013 when I became a guru from ISKCON. And when I inquired, they told me that they do not sell to people from the outside. Their order was specific for those people that have ordered the book, but miraculously there is one set extra. And it was put into my boot secretly so people do not see at that point in time, as I was told by that guru. Otherwise there would have been problems, as this was not ordered for outside the system. So Lord Shri Krishna hid in these books and manifested Himself as an extra 12 so that He could come into my consciousness. And if you look at my Srimad Bhagavatam, I have some copies in the bag, tatted and paged. It means the Guru went through them well, thoroughly. It has oil marks, stains. I think I dropped some food on it. It was so interested that I had to read it through eating. But everything you need to know is in this Srimad Bhagavatam. There's no such thing as Hinduism in the Srimad Bhagavatam. There's no such thing as Hinduism in the Mahabharata. There's no such thing as Hinduism in the Ramayana. There's no such thing as Hinduism in the Bhagavad Gita. There's no such thing as Hinduism in the Puranas. All the Vedic literature, the word Hindu never exists. Doesn't exist. When something does not really exist, but we create its existence, will that existence have a profound effect on the people?
No.
This is why Hinduism is in a confusion around the world, is it not? Every Hindu is doing his own thing because there is no direct, streamlined motivation and source. Yes? Look at Muslims, where they are sourced from. The Christians, where they are sourced from. The Jews, where they are sourced from. But Hindus, where they are sourced from. Nani, Nana, Aji, Aja, Tati and Tata. That's where Hinduism is sourced from. Because it has no direct motivation from a direct source. But look at how much work God has done. God comes down in every Dwapara Yuga. Every Dwapara Yuga. He comes down in every Treta Yuga. In Treta Yuga, he enacts the Ramayana. In Dwapara Yuga, he enacts the Mahabharata. His latest summary which should be in every so-called Hindu, in every so-called Hindu's handbag and book bag, the Bhagavad Gita. How many so-called Hindus are carrying the Bhagavad Gita? Are you understanding what the Guru is saying? So these gurus that you see around the world, if they're using the terminology Hinduism, if they say God belongs to Hindus, if they say Lord Krishna belongs to Hindus, if they say Lord Ram belongs to Hindus, if they say Lord Vishnu belongs to Hindus, they are the biggest liars on earth. Yes or no? Because the Creator God belongs to His entire creation. Creator God belongs to entire creation. You have 5 children. All the children were created by you. 3 of the children can't say they don't belong to you because you are bad parents, Jessica and Satish. Your 5 children, 3 cannot say they do not belong to you, and only 2 belong to you. Whether they say it or not, does it matter? You are the creator, your DNA is in all 5. We can prove it. Similarly, God belongs to all. His DNA is in a snake. Is it not there?
Yes.
His DNA is in a plant. His DNA is everywhere. And what is God's DNA that we can prove? The soul. All the souls are identical, whether it's in a snake, in a plant, in a tree. Every soul is identical, and that DNA is identical to God. That minute energy which we call the soul is identical to the total energy of God. Is identical. God is quality and quantity. Like the sun emits rays. the rays look like one huge beam. Is it one huge beam? Or are there zillions or infinite photons that emitting from the energy of the sun? Similarly, we are those particles that has emitted from the Supreme Lord. There is no Indian photon. There is no African photon. There is no colored photon. And there is no white photon. Photons are photons. If you take the photon and put it in a black body, the photon's identity will still be the same. Its encasing will be black. It's encased in a black body. You understand? So similarly, it is important that I start here, and this journey is going to be very, very difficult because for the past 100 years, gurus got associated to India and Indians. No such thing. No such thing. If you, the representative of the Creator God, then God couldn't have created India and Indians separate from all the other races and religions. All happen simultaneously at one place. How many of you heard of the tsunami? What does the tsunami do? It moves the tectonic plate. When the tectonic plate of the earth moves in the ocean, it's called a tsunami. What happens to the placement of the continents on the globe called Earth? It shifts. At creation, you think the Earth was one, or was it all these continents that we have today? One. And if God created human beings, He would have created them through a system at one. The first apple tree, the first seed, would have been millions strewn across the planet, or it would have been one seed, one apple, then 10 seeds, and then 10 apples, and then 100 seeds, and then 1,000 seeds. How you think it would have evolved? Do you see simultaneously apple trees all over the world, or you eat the apple, you dry the seed, you plant it, and then it grows? How it happens? What you see today would have been basically at creation, yes? Because creation won't change its dynamics. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, who was the first human? Who? Not Uncle Manu. Manu. He was the first human. Yes? And from him came all of humanity. That's why the English word, they call humans man. It came from Manu, M-A-N-U, meaning mankind. Meaning mankind. I'm going to go later there. I'm going to go there later. For the context of this discourse on the soul, part 3, I want people to forget, to remove the ignorance that Lord Narayan, the Creator God, belongs to Hinduism. Firstly, there's no such thing as Hinduism, and the word Narayan means the source and goal of all living entities. Listen very, very carefully. The source, S-O-U-R-C-E, source. What does source mean?
The root.
The beginning, the root. So Narayan don't mean some charo's name, some char god's name. Narayan in Sanskrit to English means the source and goal of all living entities. Does not say the source and goal of Hindus. Does it say Hindus anywhere there? Does it state all? What does all mean? Plants, trees, insects, birds, reptiles, animals, fish, and human, and devis and devtas. The source and goal of all living entities. Living entities mean whatever has the living principle been experienced within it. The living principle, which are 8.4 million in species in totality. 8.4 million species in totality. The source and goal. Source means it emitted from, goal means its re-entry. Source means it emitted from, goal means its re-entry. That is one of the qualities. Narayan is not a name. It is one of the infinite qualities of the Supreme Lord. You address the Supreme Creator by quality, not by name, because God cannot be bound by name and form. If your Creator can be bound by name and form, then He is not infinite. He is not infinite, because you can only capture the finite through name and form. Do you understand? Infinite can never be captured by name and form. And this is why in some religions they are saying God is formless. In other religions they say God has form. Are you understanding? So what Narayan means? It describes one of the attributes, one of the infinite attributes of the Creator. One of the infinite attributes of the Creator. Krishna means all attractive. Krishna means, from Sanskrit to English, all attractive. Who must be the most attractive personality on this, in this universe or multiverses? The Creator Himself. Yes? Will the Creator create an entity more attractive than Himself? Otherwise, His attractiveness will become finite. Are you understanding? So the Supreme Lord is all attractive. It means there can be no other personality more attractive than the Creator, which makes His attractiveness infinite. Are you understanding? Ram means the source of all pleasure. Ram means the source of all pleasure. Should the Creator be the reservoir of all pleasure? if anyone can give you more pleasure than the Creator, then is the Creator's attribute infinite? So are you understanding? These are attributes of the same entity. Narayan, Ram, Krishna, and Vishnu means all pervasive. Vishnu from Sanskrit to English means all pervasive. What does all mean? Pervades, he pervades rocks, he pervades the sun, he pervades the moon, he pervades the mountain. There is nothing that the Creator God does not pervade. That is also one of his attributes. So when in Sanatana Dharma we call upon our Creator, we call upon our Creator in reference with his infinite attributes, so that we cannot limit him, because God is limitless. And that Creator God is who I am representing. I am representing that Creator God who makes no distinction between the four races, and who makes no distinctions between all the religions that existence on this earth. I am representing that Creator God. Not some Johnny come lately God that was invented by some of you. Hindus have invented a lot of Hindu gods. Hindus have invented a lot of Hindu gods which I am here to obliterate into smithereens, because God said you can only know me through the Vedas. Who said that? You can only know me through the Vedas. If I'm not here,
Read. 10.
then I don't exist. And that is why Hindus are in turmoil. Hindus are in turmoil. Around the world, Hindus who call their Hinduism religion are in a turmoil. Tom, Dick and Harry's, some Mudli, Nayas, Singhs and Marathas all combined, and they call themselves custodians of the Hindu Dharma. They call themselves Hindu Dharma Sabhas. You all heard those things? Groupings. And this is how I describe it. In a pub, whilst having a beer and pork chops, 3 or 4 friends are bhajan group members. Beer, pork chop, Smirnoff, cane, brandy, and then they say, let's open one temple and call it the Ganesha temple. You only know the name Ganesha, and they know Ganesha bhajans. They call themselves experts now on Lord Ganesha. I'm giving you a hypothetical example, all right? Don't go and burn down all the Ganesha temples now. And in that district and that area, they call themselves, and people will bow down to these people. But they have nothing. They have absolutely no knowledge, but they are chairman, vice chairman, secretary, treasurer, running these things, running these entities with no information. You know, when I was watching news, every year in April or May, the police should raid computer schools and hospitality schools. I don't know if it is still happening now. Every year people open up schools without registering themselves to the Department of Education. They give you certificate, fake certificates. You all saw that? So this is what these people are doing. Then they'll make all the ladies, give them one color, purple and white blouses. And all the men, purple shirts and black pants or white pants. And these people will become superior people in Hinduism. Have you noticed this? Touch me? Not. You think they ever opened the Bhagavad Gita and read chapter 1, verse 1? Who they represented? Again, I use the word purple, white and black. I'm not meaning anyone. Like the Ram group here on top. This community center, Battersea Community Center, they should wear maroon and white. And I think Mataji's mother should wear green and white. They were all, what you should call them? Okay, I'm forgetting. But these people are prostituting Sanatan Dharma. They are prostituting Sanatan Dharma. They have no rights according to scripture. According to scripture, to expound Sanatan Dharma, because in chapter 4, what is chapter 4, verse 34, Jessica? Busy writing constitution. There's your constitution here. This verse should be the number one verse in your mental constitution, in your mind. Chapter 4, verse 34. Jessica is busy writing the second constitution for the second political party that is involved in the past 15 years. Jessica, what is your spiritual constitution? Verse 434 from the Bhagavad Gita. And I'm sure she has more than 700 verses in her constitution, Satisbhai. And I'm sure from the time she got up until the time you and I reached this ashram, she spoke more than 700 verses. Satisbhai. I'm sure she completed the Mahabharata. On the way back, she'll complete the Ramayana. So chapter 4, verse 34 states, know this by prostration, questioning and by service. The wise who have realized the truth will instruct you in knowledge. According to the Creator, knowledge in Sanatan Dharma must only be dispensed by a self-realized and God-realized personality. self-realized and
God's realized.
God-realized personality. What realized mean?
Full understanding.
Total comprehension. Total comprehension of yourself. Of yourself. And total comprehension of the Supreme Lord. You and the Supreme Lord have to be on the same frequency. On the same frequency, then you are God realized. How can you realize something if you're not on the same frequency? How can you realize yourself if you're not on the same frequency? I said you are the soul wearing a body. But what you say? I have a soul. You are saying I, the body, have a soul. Is that the right declaration? You, the soul, have a body. Are you understanding? I, the soul, have a body. But you say, I want my soul to be peaceful. The body wants its soul to be peaceful. Instead, the soul saying, I want to be peaceful. That is why you don't ever attain peace. You're asking for peace to the wrong entity. And please don't ever use the word, may his soul rest in peace after the soul have left the body. It is very, very wrong to say that. How is soul going to rest in peace? Because it transmigrates as per his karma. Or her soul it moves on. The only time a soul will rest in peace if it is liberated. It attains liberation. So we need to clarify all of these things. And why gurus don't do this type of clarification? Because they won't have a lot of followers. Won't have a lot of followers because people get upset when the guru tells them all this type of things. What I'm telling them, gurus don't tell them because their subsistence is on the donation of the flock. So if guru tell the flock they are wrong, what will happen to the bank balance of that ashram? You see, I got up at 4:30, 4:45 this morning. I jumped in my car and I went to work. I set the people to work. My work is not ashram related. I don't have one yoga center there in Toti. I don't have a yoga center there in Toti. People are not saying Om, 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 Om and putting millions in my account. I'm working. I have a manufacturing plant there in Toti. I went, I set it up, I came back. It is divorced from the ashram, but it sustains the ashram. So I can tell you as I please. I can tell you as I please. I'm not motivated by your finances. I'm not motivated by anybody's finances. I can explain the Vedas as it really is. There was one guru who said Bhagavad Gita as it is. There's over 100 mistakes in that Bhagavad Gita. Alright? So if you see one Bhagavad Gita and it's written there Bhagavad Gita as it is, it's not as it is. There's over 100 mistakes in that Bhagavad Gita, deliberate mistakes because he knows Sanskrit. Do you know I don't know Sanskrit? You know I don't know Sanskrit. Realization don't come in language. Realization don't come in language. I don't know Sanskrit. I don't know Hindi. My previous surname was Singh. The only Hindi I uttered, and it's on video, was when I went to India in 2013 and the taxi drivers were going on to trucks and buses. And my grandmother's Hindi came out. And I said, Bachao! You know how they drive in India, the taxis, Sita? Sita is enjoying it. She's just wishing, hey, how nice. He wasn't Bachao, he shouldn't be sitting here now. And Sita?
No.
Yeah, I screamed, Bachao! Because every 5 seconds I thought I'm going to die. That's the only Hindi I know. But I am teaching the Vedas. And some of these temple societies, they said this is a fake guru. Prominent temple, I'm not going to mention the name, they said this is a fake guru because a guru must know one of the criteria to be a guru, you must know Sanskrit. And I proved the whole world wrong. I proved the whole world wrong because Sanskrit is merely a language. Realization is not a language. Realization is not a language. You can't realize in a language. So if you know 7 languages, in which language will you want to be self-realized? French? That is? You understand that? Okay. So, in understanding the soul, we have to kick out all these barriers. We have to kick out every barrier that exists in society for us to understand the soul. And God created these barriers. Who created all these barriers? God. For you to cleanse yourself and realize yourself, you have to remove these barriers. First barrier you remove today is that terminology called Hinduism, that religion called Hinduism does not exist. Does not exist. The right terminology for that system, I'm not using religion, because religion is religion finite or infinite? Finite. What finite means?
It has a start, is it?
Has a start and an end. Will the Creator create something that has a start and an end?
No, then it will be infinite.
Then He becomes Himself finite.
Yeah, it's a beginning, it's an end, and it's not the end. It's the Creator was there in the beginning, in the present, and the past. In the past, it will be something like that.
So there is no such thing as, keep your dots on, Sita, keep your sari, don't go burn your sari now and change your dressing. Your dressing comes from culture, not religion. What rituals we practice at home come from culture, not religion. Put your mind, get the facts into place. Culturally, this is our dressing. That is why I am dressed like this. I'm teaching Sanatan Dharma through my culture. Like a maths teacher will teach maths in Germany through his culture, but the subject will be the culture can't change the subject. Culture will be German, subject will be Maths. Do you understand? So I'm teaching Sanatan Dharma. I'm discussing the Creator God. Sanatan means
Eternal.
Dharma means
Truth.
deeper. Dharma means constitution. Eternal constitution. Sanatan Dharma, eternal constitution. I'm teaching the eternal constitution through my culture. A black man, a Zulu, can teach Sanatan Dharma through his culture. A Khoisan can teach Sanatan Dharma through his culture. Sanatan Dharma belongs to everyone. It does not belong to India and India gurus. It is just that at that point in time, it was preserved by the Guru disciplic system which other people lost. The Guru disciplic system was there since creation. Other people lost the Guru disciple system. It was maintained in India at this juncture in time. Are you understanding? Sanskrit do not belong to Hindus. Sanskrit does not belong to India. Sanskrit is a language used by the Creator God and His cosmic administrators. Cosmic administrators. How big is this universe? How big is India? How big is this cosmos? How big is India? You think all the cosmic administrators of the cosmos will limit themselves to one point on Earth? On Earth called India. I'm asking you, be logical. Be logical. I'm going to catch it after this discourse, won't I? But we need to, science is science. Isaac Newton does not own the law of relativity. Isaac Newton does not own the law of gravity. Isaac Newton does not own all these laws. At that point in time, it was a person called Isaac Newton from a certain nationality who got this information. Before Isaac Newton, there was no force of attraction. It was? No force of gravity? When it was there? Always. So these scriptures called the Vedas, like Isaac Newton, now is in the custody of Sanatan Dharmi Gurus. But does it belong to them?
No.
Do you understand? At a specific point in time, specific information expounded and revealed to specific people does not mean that that information belongs to them. This universe at this point in time is 155 trillion years old. 155 trillion years old. mankind evolved through 7 Sapta Rishis. Rishis were scientists. Rishis were scientists. Agastya, the name Agastya, is it a Hindu name? Sita, can you name the 7 Rishis? Go on your phone. You have no phone. You pawned your phone.
No, I got it.
Oh, okay. Do you understand? You think these Sapta Rishis who has custody over this entire universe that we are living in, they'll be Hindus? Or will they be universal?
Universal.
You think that 330 million Devis and Devtas, you think they are Hindus? Or you think they are universal?
Universal.
Mother Durga, you think she's Hindu? Or you think she's universal? Are you understanding? Because if they belong to Hinduism, then it's not a science anymore, it's a religion. And Guru is saying, Sanatan Dharma is science. Sanatan Dharma is science, it's not a religion. Sanatan Dharma is science. Your soul is science. You're a scientific soul. Because you vibrate on a frequency. Vibration and frequency, is this religious or is it scientific?
Scientific.
Your vibration of your soul, is it religious or scientific?
Scientific.
Why? Because no religion can control the vibration and frequency of a soul. Which religion can control it? Which religion can control the vibration and frequency of a soul? If you have no control over something, what it means? You have no ownership. You have no ownership of it. Because the soul does not belong to a religion. It can't. Because it is eternal. Soul was here before this creation. Soul will be here after this creation. Soul is here through creation. Can it belong to a religion? You're a spirit soul in a Muslim body. You're a spirit soul in a Christian body. You're a spirit soul in a Sanatan Dharmi body. Only your body is religious. Because you identify your religion through your body. Only your body is religious. Only your body is Indian, colored, white or black. Only your body has a race tag on it. Only your body has a cultural tag on it. Only your body has a characteristic. You understand? Jessica? your brain spinning. Too much information for a Sunday.
Enjoying it.
Yes. So the Sri Narayan Dham, forget coming here as a cult. Sri Narayan Dham is not a cult. You're not going to learn something fake here. You're not going to learn something fake. I'm not going to please you. I'm not going to please you. I don't care how many members I have. I don't care what my following is. I'm not here to please my followers. I'm here to please the Supreme Lord. And the Supreme Lord wants me to tell you the absolute truth. Because whenever He comes down, He says the absolute truth. And the Supreme Lord does not want Acharya Shyam Ramanuj to tell you his truth. He wants to tell Acharya Shyam Ramanuj to tell you the scriptural truth. The scriptural truth. Alright? So whatever I have stated here, anyone, any part of the world, on any of these lives, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, they are allowed to question me. And it is my duty to clarify next week with scripture. With scripture. So anyone in the world that's watching this discourse, but they must do it politely. They must do it politely and respectfully. I won't tolerate riffraffs. I won't tolerate any riffraffs questioning me. But the same riffraffs, if they want to question me, they must question me politely. Do you understand? Don't ask me a question in a manner that is disrespectful. And don't give me an answer if you are asking me a question. Don't give me an answer if you're asking me a question. So, what should be the attributes of the representative of the Supreme Lord?
Knowledge, you have to have the knowledge of the Vedas and pass it to us.
He must also be able to change dynamics in your life, that you won't find elsewhere. Because there is no one superior than the Creator, God. And the representative of the Creator God must have tools to change your software so that you can believe in the Creator God. Because our Indians, Sita will go home now, she'll say, if I can't see it, then I won't believe it. Isn't Sita? Don't we Indians, we got that notion? Where it comes from? Whatever is there is from God. So Sita, can you tell me what my granddaughter is doing in Pargate, which is 32 kilometers? No, I think less, Jessica.
Less.
Huh?
Less.
Can you tell me what my granddaughter is doing in Pargate? Hmm?
I can't see. Too far.
But my granddaughter exists. How many granddaughters are got?
Two.
They're in Parkgate at the moment, but you can't see them. But they exist.
Yeah.
What people say?
You can't see it, it can't exist.
Can't exist. You understand what I'm saying? Just like people at funerals are Hindus, but now I see they are gone tamed. Alright? What they say? I'll never pray to you again. You took my husband away, or you took my wife away, or you took my child away. Why you took my child away? I'll never worship you again. Every Tuesday I worship, every Thursday I worship. You understand? We Indians, we do that. You all witnessed it? Huh? Witnessed it? These are things we need to throw away. These are bad habits of our culture that we brought on from generation to generation to generation. Those people from India that came in 1860, what type of souls were they? What were the souls experiencing when they landed here in South Africa in two ships, Truro and what was the other ship? Jessica? I thought you all are the experts on the 1860 settlers. Or you want to phone someone that we know somebody is now an 1860 expert?
Expert.
Yeah. I don't know, in these two ships. But what type, when they landed, firstly, if two ships come at Durban Harbour today, and they say we're going to one country far away, we'll make you multi-billionaires there, what type of our people will jump in that two ships? Let's start there. Who will jump in?
The poor.
The knowledgeable, the saintly, or the ignorant?
Ignorant.
Who will jump in the two ships at Durban Harbour?
Ignorant.
Ignorant. 1860, who you think jumped in the two ships in India?
Ignorance.
Who?
Ignorant.
When they landed here, and I'm part of,
All of us.
all of us are part of them, yes, but we have to understand these truths and our confusion in Sanatan Dharma in South Africa, because who brought the knowledge of Sanatan Dharma to South Africa that is being practiced all over? Who brought that knowledge? From where? And they were? So this is why I say, when you ask any of our so-called Hindus, why you did that puja? They say, because my father did it, because his father did it, because his father did it. Then I'm now gone to ignorant. Am I right or wrong to go into ignorant? Because, as I said, if we bring two beautiful ships, Jessica, you went for a holiday in that ship. What are those two ships called?
MSc.
Yeah, we bring two MSc and we park it there. And we say, jump in the ship. We're going to a place where you'll become a multi-billionaire. Will normal people jump in the ship? Or will ignorant people jump in the ship? Again, I'm saying. Do you understand? So the Truro was the MSc for 1860. It was a good ship. For 1860, it was the MSc, but what type of people jumped in?
The ignorant.
Now you are following that religion, aren't you? Huh? You Hindu, bhai?
Sanatan Dharma.
Sanatan Dharma, sharp. See, there's one man that learned. I got Sita here for about 10 years. Pittar Park. When we take out food, We go deep in the backyard, Satish. Deep in the backyard, far. And we carry a knife. We put the food down there. We turn around and we run for our life into the house. Don't turn. That is ignorance from the true worship in India. You love your ancestors should be a loving relationship. The right way to give food to your ancestors is how you give food to your baby when it is born. You mash the potato nicely. You say, baby, open your mouth, and you give that potato. Then you take a glass of water. You say, baby, open your mouth. I love you so much. Hey, my baby, rub their back. Make sure your love of your life got food put in properly. Just like that, you take a Havan Kund, you light a fire, you take the food, you massage it nicely. My nani, my nana, my par nani, my par nana, my par nani, my par nana, my mother, my aji, my aja, my par aji, my par aja, my par aji, my par aja. You mix the food nicely and you drop it into the fire. That food is converted from earth form to fire form, because all these people are mentioned, they have fire bodies. You can't eat earth food in fire body. So Satish, that knife, that food there in the bag, I don't know whether you take half a tumbler of brandy too, and one kaichi.
Some people do it as well.
Yes. So I'm saying all that came from that ship. Came from that ship, Thuro, ship of ignorance, because the most ignorant person would have jumped into that ship in India, and that ignorance is now pervading South Africa. The Hindus in South Africa, and they doing the Peter Parks in funny ways. You understand? So this discourse, although related to the soul, I wanted to break down the barriers of ignorance. I wanted to break down the barriers of ignorance. And please do not think that I'm seated here today in this garb emotionally. I was an atheist. I'm 62. 75% of my life I was an atheist, which means I didn't believe in religion, and I didn't believe in God. I did not believe in religion, I did not believe in God. So I'm not sitting here emotionally coming from a very, very religious and spiritual family. Now I'm a big shot guru. I'm on an international stage and I'm giving discourses. I went, I researched, I realized, and now I'm giving you. And now I am giving you. This is where I come from. 75% of my life I was an atheist. All of you understand? So I've been on the extreme. And it is the reason God put me through that process, so that my mind cannot be emotionally muddled up in between. Because the culture of those people that live in the geographical location called India. Who named India India?
The British.
No India is written here. Bharat Varsa. Bharat Varsa. V-A-R-S-A. Those people that lived in that location named India by the colonizers is in reality Bharat Varsa, and according to the scriptures, and we've proven scientifically material scientists, including NASA, has already proven the Mahabharata to be true and the Ramayana to be true. So Bharatvarsha is true, and once upon a time the entire earth was called Bharatvarsha. At the time of Lord Sri Krishna, the whole world, it was a world war at Kurukshetra. World war at Kurukshetra. So it means that Lord Krishna spoke to the whites, spoke to the colored, spoke to the Khoisan, spoke to the blacks, because everyone was at Kurukshetra, and there was only one emperor. There was only one emperor for planet Earth, and he was not a Hindu. He was a Sanatan Dharma. And we are at the Sri Narayan Dham, we are re-establishing Sanatan Dharma. If you go see my constitution, which was written by myself, mind you, in 2013, it states my first function is to eradicate confusion in Sanatan Dharma. So that's what I'm doing. When you see black people here, when you see colored people here, when you see white people here, especially when you see black people, I know our Hindus nose in the air, I can't come to this satsang, it's full of black people. Get out. You do not even belong in this universe. You do not even belong in this universe. And I want to say this. Every time I associated myself with other race groups, blacks, coloreds, lots of Hindus left this. Hindus, I'm saying, not Sanatan Dharmis. Sanatan Dharmis won't leave. Lots of Hindus left. Bye-bye, thank you, I am so grateful. Alright? Because I am not here to serve the Indian race or the Hindu, so-called Hindus. I am here to serve every living entity. That is why you see my fish there, you see my cows there, you see my dog there, you see my bird there, you don't see my snakes.
Inside the water.
No, the inside snakes, I saw them already, they come. As soon as my people come, the snakes run away. Because be honest, you all are parents, most of you are parents, okay? Beside Avid, who only has one son. You all have more than one children, and Nilendri. You cannot love your children differently. You are the creator. You have 5 children, 4 children, same mother, same father, you the creator. One child is a criminal and one child is a constitutional court judge. Those titles mean nothing to you, does it?
No.
I was a policeman. I served 10 years in the South African Police Force. In the 80s. In the 80s. And if you are a policeman in the 80s, Kanpati was used regularly. You know Kanpati? Married to the ear. San was married to the ear. I self-realized a whole lot of people satisfied. 2 Kanpatis zwing inside. Self-realized I must not be a criminal. I must be an ordinary citizen, law-abiding citizen. Self-realization for criminals. Kanpatis. That's where I started my guruship. Okay? At the same time, my brother was a criminal. Who? My brother. My mother will jump off a taxi on top. At that point in time, when Westville first opened, taxis were not going down to the prison. So you have to jump off on top. She served me equally as she served my brother, who was a criminal, by going and taking a long walk. I don't know how many kilometers it is. to give my food and to give his food. My food, I collected it because I was a law-abiding citizen. Her food, she had to go and give it back. Her love for her two sons was the same. And she is only the secondary creator. The original creator is who? The Supreme Lord. If a secondary creator, a biological creator, has so much of compassion, how much of compassion does a spiritual creator have? So don't come here and discriminate and say, hey, black people are coming to the satsang, what kind of satsang this is, what kind of guru this is, bring in black people here, I supposed to go there and just make Om, Bhur, Bha, Swaha, then I supposed to put some ingredients in one fire and call it Havan, I supposed to be doing hundreds of Havan, now this, what kind guru this, bring in black people. No, this guru is doing things according to scripture. Very first scripture is the Rig Veda. No scripture can go beyond the Rig Veda. No scripture in the world. Nobody is ever going to go beyond the Rig Veda. Scientifically proven through carbon dating that the Rig Veda is the oldest scriptural or scripture in the world in existence today. The Rig Veda states, we are one family. We are one diverse family. Very first scripture says that. I'm following that scripture. I'm not following your Truro scripture. The Truro and the sugarcane scripture. I'm not following that. I'm not sugarcane boy. I'm Lord Narayan's boy. I'm Lord Narayan's boy. I'm not sugarcane boy, alright? So I'm following everything verbatim by the scripture. Word for word. My teachings. I also want to state that I am not perfect. I am not perfect. I am a human being. I am a human being. I make human errors because every human must make an error. The only personality that does not commit an error is the Supreme Lord when He incarnates, because He is supreme. I am not a supreme being. I'm just like a law professor. I'm like a law professor. My specialty is, the law professor's specialty is law. You can't touch him in law, yes? My specialty is spiritual science. My specialty is spiritual science, and I'm telling you, you can't touch me there. But I'm a human being teaching spiritual science like a law professor is a human being teaching law. I am prone to mistakes as a human, but not on my subject matter. Not on my subject matter. When I'm teaching you spirituality, no mistakes. No mistakes. Do you understand? But I am an ordinary human, just like you. Just like you. So this is why I don't hide from you, stay in my room, make you come down, bow down to me. All that is bull. These guru practices that's doing that, they don't teach you anything. What you learn from those gurus that you bow down, they touch your head and you're gone. What you learn from them? Do you understand? When we went to school in the apartheid time, every morning we stood in the sun. Did we do a prayer?
Yes.
What was the prayer?
The Lord's Prayer.
We did the Lord's Prayer. We raised the flag. And then what we did? We went into the classroom and we learned. We learned. If we went to school, did the Lord's Prayer, raised the flag, and went home, would we have learned anything in school? Then you go into those gurus, you bow down, they touch your head, you sing a few bhajans and you go home, what you learned? You go to temples, you do the same thing. Put a big fire there, throw your havan samagri inside and go home, what you learned? These books, what do they talk about God or do they talk about science?
Science.
Only this Srimad Bhagavatam is the only set of books that talk about God. 10% of the Vedas is science, is society, is politics, is military, is accounting, is mathematics, is astrology, is astronomy. 90% of the Vedas teach you how to live in the universe. 10% teaches you who your creator is. All of you understand? How do you feel with this knowledge today, those of you that are seated here? Some of you might be upset, but how do you really feel? You must feel a load off you. What you must feel? A load off you. You must have the aha moment. What you must have? Like somebody told you go to John's house in Marysburg and you drive in right round, going to looking for John's house, knocking here, knocking there, knocking there. You're looking for John's house and the Guru gave you a location. Guru gave you, how would you feel when the Guru gave you a location? Aha. Because you got the truth on how to approach John's house. You should feel that in my discourses. This is what I'm giving you. I'm removing that burden from you so that you feel enlightened. I took away that burden. Now you're not driving. Maybe you were right next to John's house and you asked John's enemy, if you know John, what John's enemy was.
Send you in the other direction.
Send you in the other direction. Jai Sriman Narayan.
Yes.